While the numbers are similar here, the one thing it doesn't show is the fact that
tonight, making his second attempt at a world title, he is ranked at WBC number 5 super bantamweight in the world. Please welcome the challenger, Cesar Seda. WBC super bantamweight champion of the world, el famoso terremoto, Leo Santa Cruz.
Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Let's go to work.
In the first defense of his 122-pound belt.
This box.
Santa Cruz blocked by Seda.
One thing to take notice of.
this is a rare moment in boxing where there is no Puerto Rican world champion.
This is world-class boxing. Good shot.
But Seda countering with a body shot. So great toe-to-toe action here.
Cruz to get off again. That's what Seda wants to do right there.
Punches were blocked by Santa Cruz's guard.
When have you seen...
Trying to utilize maybe a little bit of that shoulder roll, but Santa Cruz walking him down. Straight left hand through Santa Cruz's guard. A counter right left. Hand by Seda, working the body now as Santa Cruz counters, but Seda staying in there. Last year, and then he defeated Jonathan Velardes in his 10th fight in July of 2000. Left hand lands by Santa Cruz. Seda coming forward.
Big enough physically not to be worn down by Santa Cruz.
Good counter left hand there. May not land the entire combination cleanly. That last jab is putting Seda out of position.
Anytime you hear Mexico versus Puerto Rico in prize fighting, you can expect fisting
More
fight.
economical with his punches in this fight than normal. He's like, for this round, he's thrown about 40
of his own. Counterattack by Seda. Crowd chanting Santa Cruz. He's become a fan favorite, and he has.
He's sharp. He's got some good speed. Santa Cruz is going to have to work to
believe, and they've worked on throwing the right hand more, and we'll see if he uses that against
in the opening round.
Both guys showing some good moments in this round.
Double Santa Cruz think. Santa Cruz coming in, though, with a barrage of blows.
We haven't seen Seda use any lateral movement. Standing right in the pocket with Santa Cruz, and that may be his undoing in this
latter stages of the second round. More back and forth action as we head.
He hurt me.
Another left hook connects by Santa Cruz. Unloads the lead left hand. Catches Santa Cruz on the way in to the midsection.
Now overcommits a bit to that going straight back on defense when Santa Cruz is doubling the jab. But when Santa Cruz... Good counter. Boxing well, he lands a couple of shots, and there's that jab at the end of the combination again by Santa Cruz. Santa gets confident.
Jab by the champion Santa Cruz, who had almost 90 amateur bouts before turning, moves forward on the challenger.
Good shot by Seda there, with his defense on the way out of after combinations.
Hands are low.
Oh, good left.
Nice comment.
The opponent's punch output, because you cannot throw all those punches when you're not in punching range. So let's see.
Was defeated last month by Mikey Garcia. There's a...
Not surprisingly, Santa Cruz said he wants to work the body early against Seda to prevent movement as the fight.
Yeah, Seda looks for those catch and shoots. Oh, good shot. Seda keeps going straight back, looking for a counter, but he's got to let it go. Good shot by Santa Cruz there. Right there. You see that step back as Santa Cruz leaned in. Step back and shoot the 1-2. He did it again there. It's a step back 1-2-3.
Santa Cruz measuring him up with the jab.
Seda trying to find a home for that counter left hand. He's tried it twice now.
You make some body shots, but a counter right over the top by Santa Cruz. And again, that's MVP. A leader in so many categories.
Yeah, he's #1 in a number of punches.
Flashes the jab. Good combination by Seda. Fireworks, right, guys? And here we are getting some in the ladder. Who now regroups, feinting. Unloads a 1-2 combination that misses.
Where the dilemma is for Santa Cruz, he wants to get off. He wants to have the high punch output, but... Interesting, because he was just doing some pretty good work. His range as a boxer. A lot of times a boxer won't give you as many openings. He's more, you know, he doubles up on his jabs. Seda puts himself out of position, and Santa Cruz is able to come back with it. Both guys have the lead foot on the same side. That's the lefty-righty problem. So you've made bank feet.
We're okay.
You had a great second round when you were working the body. That's what you need to keep doing. You got to take him to school. You got to take him to school.
Seda told us when we met with him before the fight, he likes fighters that come to him. And you can tell he's a good counterpuncher.
Trying to utilize some lateral movement, but staying in the pocket from the southpaw stance, doubling up the jab.
Though in the fight, both in terms of the punches they're throwing and landing, and this is indicative.
Left hand. The Puerto Rican champ, as he knocked out Angel Espada, and Santa Cruz now putting pressure on Seda.
Both
the problem is he's too short. Santa Cruz's range is longer than his.
There have been a lot of rounds that were, you know, competitive, but I just think Santa Cruz at least gives himself a better chance to sneak in and land some of those counters. But Santa Cruz very closer.
Yeah, I'm giving a little bit of credit for Seda's boxing ability here and there.
Lead right hand to the body, followed by the left hook upstairs by Santa Cruz. That right hook was picked off by the glove of Santa Cruz. And Seda has remained.
This is one of those rounds that shows you just both how world class both of these guys are. Santa Cruz has just seen the double jab put him out of position again. Santa Cruz started that combination with a double jab. You have to always remember to at least touch the body a little bit. A slick guy like Seda, you want to place your punches everywhere.
It was back in '34 when Sixto Escobar became Puerto Rico fights with Miguel Cotto, the splitting of their two matchups. As Seda and
when he holds his ground and looks to counter from where he's at, as opposed to stepping out, he's able to find Santa Cruz.
Picked off by the glove of Santa Cruz. This is what in the round. And now goes Seda.
That was a slip, guys. That was a slip.
And it looked like a slip in Seda.
A punch to the stone.
7, 8. Walk this way.
Similar to Mark Calloway, the second time that Seda's been down in his career.
Position.
Santa Cruz utilizing the peekaboo guard.
Look at that.
Right. Both of them scoring with the body shots. They exchange uppercuts on the inside.
The step-out counter is good a lot of times, but not with a guy who's taller than you.
For Santa Cruz's Super Bantamweight Championship.
Seda, if he can anticipate your offense, he can counter. It's a good right hand.
Looking at the unofficial by Seda, sticks the jab, counter right hand by Santa Cruz.
And so he's got to step back in a little stronger.
They exchange. The second one got through the guard. And then his head gets...
Both men are doing some good work.
Final minute of the round. Left hook to the body by Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz again works the body, and they exchange jabs.
You know, there have been, Steve and I, by a wider margin, Paulie, you have it...
Any adjustments that you would like to see made down the stretch of this show media? And truer words have never been tweeted. Santa Cruz was born in Mexico, now residing in Los Angeles. While Seda frame, a terrific battle thus far, and a great
show stats. Santa Cruz landing 32 out of 56 punches, so he is controlling virtually every round.
And now Seda says, bring it. Santa Cruz, the bigger of the jab by Santa Cruz, has Seda along the ropes, landing those punches upstairs. As they're at close quarters, there's a body barrage by Antonio Margarito. And when we talk about Mexico versus Puerto Rico, remember his series of
Santa Cruz combinations. It doesn't mean he should stay on the inside all the time like this.
But when it's about the rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico, who can forget the battle of the little giants? Both possess plenty of heart and fighting spirit, fully on display as the...
And let's see, maybe Seda just taking a round off. Maybe he'll regroup for the next round.
You need to do a little more. Now you have him, but you got to throw a little more. Water, give me a little water. Give me a little water. That's fine.
And counter left, though, connects nicely by Seda.
Cesar Seda is in perhaps a difficult situation.
As the fight wears on, and this is where the extra weight.
I've seen him do it in other fights, but he's doing it much more tonight.
Yeah. Normally that indicates somebody hurt their hand or broke it, but that's...
Right hand connects, and now they exchange blows.
Cesar Seda may be better off at 118 pounds if he can make it.
It's been a banner year for the sport of boxing, and wrapping things up here tonight.
18 punches in this round.
And Santa Cruz tags him and continues. Seda started going to the gym at 7, had his first amateur fight at 9. As
a lot of times you want to keep your hands in good position to punch. It seems like it's like a
teams now in boxing than we've seen in the past. Boy, they're
going at it here.
He's really proven he's a world-class fighter.
The only knockdown of the fight. Circling each other, comes in with a right cross.
That's a
straight right hand. Staggered Seda, but he comes back with a barrage of shots to the body there. So
maybe get a little wider with the punches, a little more sloppy. Santa Cruz right on top of him, looking for those sharp counters.
Well, clearly Santa Cruz is dominating, and what I like so much about him is that we know he's
and there he works the body, paintbrushing Seda with those lefts and rights. There's a reason that his last 7 fights have been on, and they continue to chuck leather at each other.
I keep those comments to myself.
I guess he's just coming off a win.
Looks a little bit tentative.
I was just going to say that, Al. First time in the fight, he looks like he doesn't believe in himself anymore, you know?
That he's done it from the outside to both the body and the head is really an important thing for Santa Cruz moving ahead.
So far, so good against spirited challenger Cesar Seda.
While, of course, trying to lead in the typical Santa Cruz fashion.
Seda adding another great chapter to the rivalry on the television airwaves here on Showtime. And last December, closing out the year, sparring with the likes of 2012 Olympian Joseph Diaz Jr.
Also, not very high, and he hasn't thrown a punch in a little while here.
He's only thrown 19 punches.
Of Daniel Seda, who once challenged for the WBA featherweight title against Derek Gillius. Pace to start the round. And there's a right hook by Seda that lands. Champion at just 25 years of age, undefeated at 25-0-1 with 15 wins via form of knockout. Counter left and another straight left hand by Cesar Santa Cruz. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right guys?
A couple of times it hurt Seda.
And it helped him a lot, especially on the end of the combination.
This has been a good 10th round, and Seda's had his moments as well.
A minute and a half now left in the fight as Seda comes forward. Ice continues to now work upstairs. Counter left hand.
Got Santa Cruz winning, but the margins vary. And Steve Farhood.
Over 1,000, in fact, over 1,100 combined. Pace beginning to slow a bit.
The range is a little bit longer than most fighters, so you got to make sure you're all the way out or you get caught by those long shots of Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz very alert now.
Left hand to the body by
because he's shown such enormous skill. I just think he's in with a bigger, stronger man.
It's a great point out.
Of course, this is the 12th round, the last round of the fight.
Of those two great boxing countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 in favor of the winner. And still champion, el famoso terremoto, Leo Santa Cruz.
Subscribe, like, share. The best boxing reels.